So these are the 3 safety nets. That's the core of our method. And now I'm going to show you how they apply to trading concretely. And this is the first back test. We got this bot, which is the same bot that is here. As a matter of fact, it was not done by me, it was done by students. Only thing that changes is the parameters of the bot. These parameters change. They did this parameterization.
Could you enlarge the text?
Yeah, sure. Control plus. Better? More?
Yeah.
We have screens in the back.
Not big enough.
Not big enough? Big now?
Can't read it. Yeah.
Okay. We need your glasses as well.
No.
Okay. It's okay. Some jokes. Now? Okay, bigger. There we go. Tell me when to stop. It's okay? Okay. A back test is written diagonally. A back test is written diagonally. That's from MetaTrader. It's for free. You have installed your AxiTrader. You have this already. You have this back tester. I'm going to show you in the evening where it is, how to use it. Okay? You do a lot of testing with this. What we did basically is we took this and we tested 668 candles, 1,000 candles. You follow? We took from 2007 all the candles in on the 5-minute bars. You understand? 5-minute bars on the pound Swissie. You follow? From 2007 till today, that's 10 years, 9 years, something of the sort. You understand? And we tested this in less than 1 second. In less than 1 second, MetaTrader checked every bar. What did it check for? Smart people. Entry rules, exit rules, filters, position management. I repeat, entry rules, every bar. 668,000 bars in less than 1 second, and this is for free. But you need to learn how to use it. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's really an ugly platform. It was done by Russians. They are not. If it wouldn't have been done by Italians, it would be beautiful. But it's robust. You know, MetaTrader, there is a lot of companies that came when the stock market crumbled in Russia in 1998. Lots of people who were very smart, who had studied mathematics, and you name it, best university, best education they had very good education. They started to go into this. And founders of MetaTrader come from this epoch, and they said, why don't we do a platform which has free historicals, which has free charts, and which can robotize the trading? And now it's the #1. I'm not a big fan of MetaTrader. I'm not. I'm only a big fan of the speed, and it's robust. Whatever I see in MetaTrader is what I trade in my real account. It has a lot of flaws, it has a lot of problems, but it's extremely fast to backtest. I can take a trading system and say, do I make money in less than 1 second? I can test 668, do you understand 668,000? This is a tool that we have the same that the hedge fund had in 1985 for free. You see how technology goes. They paid millions to have this in 1985 in these very old computers. And I can go in this laptop now and do the same they did in 1985 in a split second. And check a strategy over 10 years. Okay, so it tested all of this, and how do I read this? I don't read the upper part. I only go there and say, okay, how many years? Okay, 10 years. That's good enough. I will explain this later. If it's 1 year, it's not interesting. If it's 10 years, it's serious. Okay? Then I go here and say, what was the initial capital? It's 10 grand. That's well done, because I can divide. 100 times 100 is?
10,000.
Thank you. So if I want percentage, I need to move the comma.
By 2 to the left.
2 to the left, not to the right. So how much percentage is this helping?
146.
10 years. That's yearly. How much percent? Yearly?
14.
14% per year. Is that bad or good? One
Fantastic.
player. One player. I can have 11.
Fantastic.
It's fun. Thank you, Chris. We need to put it in reference. It's fantastic. It's only a back test, but a 14% per year on one player, it's amazing, or not? I don't know where you are. You still think you're going to make 10% per day? I don't know. Maybe this group is like, they just came out of the casino and they just joined here. There was a lot of people in the night here in Kensington. So maybe you came from the club and came here. I don't know. So you read it diagonally because you are going to look at the safety nets. You will learn something, right? There is how many safety nets? 4. I didn't explain the 4th one. We learned 3 safety nets today, right? We learned 3 safety nets? Yes or no?
Yes.
What's the 3rd one? What? Game over. Risk per maximal drawdown. Yes? They accumulated. It's here. You go diagonally. You say, I make 146%. I don't care how much a trader does if I don't know on which risk level he does it. I don't know, in other words, I don't care how much you earn if I don't know how you earn it. Are you using your brakes in the car? Or you are just a 14-year-old boy who got the Lamborghini full of booze and driving? Because if this is what you're doing, I don't care. And this system knows what it does. How much is the drawdown in 10 years in percentage? This is not the figure, this one.
15.5.
50%. Is it less than 23%? Is it less or more than 23%?
Much less.
So the safety net is
Much better.
higher, much better. The worst that happened to this trader over 10 years is to lose a 15%. Would you afford this? You are earning a 15% per year, risking a 15% in global. That's amazing. That's what I want to know. I don't care if you make a 10% per month, a 10% per day, a 10% per year. I want to know what drawdown you have. I want to put this in relationship. Welcome to the ethics method. That's the whole philosophy. How much do I earn regarding my maximal risk? Maximal drawdown, 50%. So I start to read diagonally. And I go right here to the safety net number 1. That's safety net number 3. That's right? You can make pictures, no problem. And yeah, you cannot record the thing, but you can make pictures. And the largest losing trade is how much percentage? 1.6. Is it less than 2%? Thank you.
Yes.
Very good. The average losing trade is how much percentage? Is it around 1%? Yes. And I go down to the losing streak. I take the worst of this maximal. It's changed because they're Russian. You know the rates change. So maximum. Sorry for that. And I have not. I'm a great fan of Russia in many regards, not in all regards. Okay. So maximum consecutive losses is how much percentage? The streak. 9%. That's the safety net number 2. It's right down here. I'm going to show you a lot of them. You need to know it cold here. 9% is less than 15 or is more? Less. So the worst that happened in 10 years is that he got in a row in 8 trades that went against him or her, they lost 9%. In 8 trades, unlucky trades. One after the other. They lost 9%. That's acceptable. You see that? I could have the back test. I could make this back test. This was one with 0.20 lots. If I make the back test with 0.40 lots, I would earn double, right? Yes? If I trade every time instead of 0.2, every time, you see that this is an asterisk system? Do you know how I know this? I only have one trade open every time. You see this? You see 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's not obelix. It's not opening 10 at a time, not 20, not 2. It's just one trade, one trade. I lose, I lose, I win, I win, I lose. It's boring, but it's secure. If you want to gamble, go to the casino. Okay? One, I win, I lose, I win. You understand? That's the first thing you need to watch. Do I have an asterisk system? Yes, we have an asterisk, not hysterics. Asterisk system. You understand? One trade per time. That's the first thing I watch. You see that? So I'm trading just very conservatively. One trade, I come here, I lose on the March 2007, I earn a 1.2% in one go. It's great. I lose a 1%, I lose a 1%, I earn a 1.8%, I earn a 1.8%, I lose a 1%, I earn a 0.34%, I earn a 0.58%, I lose a 1%, I earn a 1.8%, 0.9%. You see the exit is completely different every time, so it's not a fork system. Second information again from the back test.
How many trades you took with the whole 10 years?
I will show you now.
Yeah.
1,100. That's statistically relevant because I take per year 110 trades. I make like 9 trades per month on one player. Okay, this was a very good question. You follow? So I read it first diagonally. I repeat that. I'm going to bring another back test. And now you're going to be smart and we're going to compare it. What is better, the pounds VC? You know what is the beauty of this? Of the safety nets? I can start to compare systems with each other. How can I compare a pineapple and a strawberry?
You can't.
What?
You can't.
You can.
They are both fruits.
Yes, but how could I compare them?
You can say the
Taste is very...
the calories,
Thank you.
the sugar content.
Exactly. She got the point. I need metrics. I need something that I can measure objectively. Size, how big, the sugar content, I could measure it, right?
And you need to ask the question differently.
I asked it very well. How do I need whatever? Okay. Okay, we'll leave it up there. Okay. No, but you understand the point. In order to compare trading systems, I developed this because that allows me to compare the pineapple with the grapefruit. Because otherwise I couldn't compare a trend system with a scalper. I couldn't compare the pounds VC with the pound dollar. I couldn't compare the dollar yen with the pounds VC, which are completely different things. Now I have the safety nets. Thanks God, or thanks the method. I can compare the pineapple with the strawberry for the first time in trading. And you're going to do it. And now you understood that you read diagonally. And I'm going to open another back test, which was done by the students. You know how many should do, which is the euro dollar. And I'm going to put here Control plus. And it's very interesting because one of the beauties of this is we use the same period. And is it big enough? Okay, so help me out. How much percentage did it do, the bottom? Let's watch the curve first. For me, this curve is more beautiful. It's 10 years, right? It's beautiful, right? And this is the free bot. And in the free course, I'm going to show you how to optimize it, how to go to these results. How much percentage this pair did?
149.
That's very similar to the other one, right? But how much was the drawdown? How much?
11.7.
11. The other one was?
15.
Believe me, it's a big difference. You say 11, 15 is only 4%. It's not. It's the coyote, more gravity law, less gravity law. You follow? This system on the euro dollar is better than on the pounds VC. Because I can compare for the first time pineapples with strawberries, thanks to the FX method. And I can do the same with manual traders. You go and you say, okay, you're a trader, great. How much you make? 10% per month, great. Show me your whole statement. I want to see your drawdown. I want to see your risk per trade, maximal and average. I want to see your streak. You follow? And I'm going to divide all these numbers. I'm going to tell you if you're a good trader or a very bad trader. And I'm going to show you my account. And everybody will say, wow, I doubled a 5 grand account, audited, into a 10 grand account. You will see it now in a minute. And it's very badly traded because I didn't follow the safety nets. And everybody will say, wow, you made 5 grand in a month. I don't show it to show off. I show it to show you what is bad trading. You understand? because 100% is not equal 100%, depending on your risk levels.
Then you said that how you made it doesn't really matter.
It matters because it's exactly the risk levels. You see, we need to put everything in balance and compare risk level to equal risk level, right? So this earns the same, but it's only 11% drawdown, and this earns just 3% less, and it's a 15%, almost 16% drawdown.
But this is the system that's doing it.
Yes.
Physical. So you're basically doing a physical trading versus a computer trading.
Of course.
Different thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
But you could apply it to a manual.
Physically, you can't do 1,100 or 850 trades in a certain period of time.
You
The way
can't.
it is that you trade.
That's 9 trades. Yes, you could 9 trades per one. You would have maybe a smaller, shorter account, but you could audit this account, right? And tell you where are your risk levels. I'm going to audit now manual trading accounts as well. I'm going to do it in a minute. Real accounts with the same philosophy. Because what I want you to take is the philosophy. Everybody's different. Somebody likes the dark, somebody will never come to automated trading. Some will completely switch off to automated trading immediately. I don't care. That's not my point. That's my mission. My mission is just to put you in the right risk levels. You understand? Because I myself have been very risky taking. I'm still learning it. Okay, so here you go. What's the largest trade? What's the risk? 2.17. Slightly more than 2%. Still acceptable. What's the average risk? It's a bit beyond 1%. So you see how things change? What we are looking at is that the strawberry is sweeter than the pineapple, right? But it has less calories. There is not a perfect comparison ever. In some aspects we are better, in some aspects we are worse. It's an X-ray we make. There is not a final, not an easy decision. And what's the risk per streak? 7, which is better than 9. Next one. So if you like numbers, this is for you. I can take, for example, the dollar Swissy, and I take only the last 12 months. Then you put it bigger. And this is very interesting. I always check the last year, because if in the last year it didn't make money, it makes no sense to go to the market with it now, right? And in 1 year it made how much percentage the last year? Help me out.
12.
Almost 13. With what risk? Great. What is the maximum risk per trade? What's the maximum risk? And what's the average?
0.4.
With 0.4, I'm making a 13% in a year. Now we are talking. You understand? Because we could be talking how much per year, I don't care. That's the last year. And now I'm going to show you the 10 years. You understand? I put it all in perspective. Yeah, go ahead. So I put it all in perspective.
It means you are getting better.
Exactly. Yeah, this is better than the other one. Look at this. What's the streak? What's the worst streak? 4 trades lost. How much? That's what that trader loses. If somebody's risking 5% per trade, that's half a trader lose. You understand? We cannot risk so much. We need to reduce the risk level a lot. That's very good now, 0.42. That's actually how we trade. This is done by students. Right? This is not done by me. And this is the, I'm gonna check here if I have the whole back test. Let's take another one, that's the last one. And we're gonna make the next break now. Because we arrived at a very good point of understanding, I hope. That's the same bot, it's always the same bot. Always an exit trader. Always the same years, you understand? Why? Because we want to compare the apples with the pineapples. We want to compare the strawberry with the pears. The pears with the steak, and the steak with the salad. Sounds strange, right? But we want to compare all what we can do and see if it makes sense, right? This is how much it earned. This is done on the Aussie dollar. 151%, not so much, right?
Very nice.
Same risk, you see? But look at this. Risk per maximum risk per trade, it's lower.
Oh,
And average
0.9. Except
at the streak 7.4. You understand? We never pass the safety net. We never, I mean, I said not in real trading, not in demo trading, not in backtesting even. You understand? We never pass this. This is law. This becomes law. You understand? And if you follow this, you'll do very well. And if you don't follow this, you'll remember this day. I hope. I don't care how you trade. From whatever you do, you go out from here. Follow this. Whether you trade the DAX, you trade futures, or you just buy stocks. Whatever you do, follow this. It's applicable to everything. Every kind of trade.
so Mr. Bridge, it says 3 consecutive losses. Is
Yes.
it how many consecutive wins?
No, that's the proportion. On average, I have 3 winning trades, and on average, I have 1 losing trade, statistically.
Ah,
They did make a statistic of the time, said on average you win 3 times in a row, and on average you lose 1 only. That's the calculation. What I want here, some people say also, well, but you have a positive streak. The thing is that you can, I'm not a catastrophist, I'm a real optimist. But I'm on earth, you know, I'm really watching the reality, you know? And I say, I don't care if one time you made 11% in a row. You understand? Because you did make 11% with 5 trades. That's the upside. I didn't talk about the upside, did I? I mean, making 131%, and I didn't show you nothing below 100% in 10 years. So every system makes more than 10% per year. And I can put 11 players. If you would make this in real, you'd make 100% in the year. You'd be ultra happy. You understand? And now I'm going to show you 2 accounts. Real and audited that you can watch at home. So you see I'm not talking any bull, because that was back test. Sorry, I was not going to curse. Did you finish the recording? Okay, so trying my best. This is a website that traders use. It's like Facebook. It's the Facebook from Forex. It's called My FX Book. My Facebook, my Forex book, whatever. You know? So My FX Book, it's a website which is quite cool because it's for free. So we like free stuff, right? And I'm going to show you 2 accounts. First is mine. This is the nick. You can watch it at home. It's open. You can even write me, or Olga or somebody's going to answer there. And I'm going to go right. I have different experiments here, which is very good. I'm going to go to the last account, which is a real account. It's audited. The good thing about this website is that whatever I say, it was audited, this account, okay? And you can watch here, it's very old, it's from 2009, it was done with Turbo. And a little bit of manual intervention, but mainly done with a bot. And I put this money into the broker, and I withdrew this amount of money. And you can watch here, it's the 8th of May, and I did this in 1 month. Basically, I doubled my account in 1 month. You see that?
Can you use the mouse pointer?
The mouse pointer here, this one. It's better?
Yeah,
Okay, look. Do you see here 100%? 98%? Do you see that up there? Shall I put it bigger? Is that better? So it says gain 100%. It says here deposits I trade in euros. Sorry, I know you live in the UK. I have euros. Okay, so that's what I deposited here. That's what I withdrew. It's good enough, right? I withdrew more than I put, right? I almost doubled the account in 1 month. Why? Because this is 8th of May. Sorry, you prefer this one? 8th of May, 9th of June. Do you see this? The curve is great, isn't it? The curve is great. Yes? Well, I tricked you. You fell into the trap. Give me 100 grand, I'm going to trade this for you. You would do it. Because the curve is good, because I doubled, and you like impressive things. Because in the end, you are all gamblers. Let me show you a thing. Sorry for that. But let me show you this. Let me
How
show
did
you.
you get this?
Sorry. Yes. Yes. How did I get there? And now I'm going to show you what my student did after. They did it the right way. One of them, as a matter of fact, is working for a bank here in London. So what it did is, on average, do you see the pointer now? Ah, you need the pointer there because of the screen, sorry. On average, I'm losing how much? 90 euros. You see that? Average loss. It's a different way of reading because this is real account. What I showed you before is backtesting. Backtesting is like fiddling with Lego. And real is real. You know, it's like the real war. You know, one thing is playing here, another thing is going to Iraq. There's a difference, right? Yeah, the same here. This is a real account, audited. Okay? So I was risking 90 euros on a 5 grand account on average. How much percentage is that? On average. It's not acceptable. You know what is not acceptable? What's the worst trade? You can watch it at home. It's open, huh? I'm not hiding anything. I risked 1,000 euros on one trade. How much percentage is that? 20%. Is that reasonable?
Wow.
I tricked you. And I show it always because, wow, this guy made 100%. So easy to trick you because you never watch the risks. I make 100% per month. So what? I risk 20% on a trade. And watch this. You see, now you start to, now you are switching from a gambler to a trading system analyst. You understand? You're a different person now. You're watching figures. You're cold. You're not emotional. Oh yeah, this guy, yes, I make 100% per month. So what? This is bad. This is very bad. Let me show you why. I order now the trades. I go here to history. Do it at home. It's open. Write me. I'm going to answer you. So you see it's my profile. And next time, ask the lecturers to show you their accounts. Do this for me. Audit it. Not a PDF. Everybody can do this. Right? Look at this. How many trades I have? One trade in 4 hours, 1,000 euros lost. In 1 hour 50, 900 euros lost. That's withdrawal. That's me being smart, taking the money away, sending a fax to the broker and saying, give me my money back because I know I'm not going to double it again. That's money management. I will talk about it later. That's this day I sent a fax and at this hour they took the money out of my account. That's correct. This is the trades. You understand? Euro pound, dollar Canadian, typical Asian scalping. You see, I'm risking a lot of times 20% of my account. But I tricked you because you look at the curve, you saw 100%. You say, wow, if this guy can double my account, my money every month in 7 years, I'm Bill Gates. And it doesn't happen in reality. It's only in the Smurfland happening. I can double my account. But if I risk 20% per trade, and if I would be unlucky, and I catch those trades in a row, I lose the 5 grand like this. And it's my own account. Do you want to see the right way?
Yes.
Okay. Now we saw the safety nets, right?
Yeah.
So I don't care if I make 100% in a month. How much, smart people, did I really do if I normalize this to safety nets? Don't answer, Paul. How much did they do in reality? How much percentage? If the worst trade was 20%, and it should be this much percent, I need to divide by 10. How much did they do in reality per month? 10%. Because I did 100%, I should divide by risk. You understand? In reality, I did only 10% per month, which is still very good, but it's not 100. At equal risk levels, I only made a 10%. You understand? You understand? I can show you systems here. They make that 2,000%. Did you understand this last part? Okay, I'm going to explain it one more time. My maximum risk is 2%, right? If I put everything at these risk levels, I can start comparing trading accounts. You remember? Right now, this is whatever. This is peach, right? And I want to compare this peach to this apple, to the other back test, which was an apple, right? In order to be able to compare them, I must have something to compare, which is this table, which is only 4 figures: 2, 1, 15, 23. 2, 1, 15, 23. 2% maximal, 1% average, 15 per streak, 23 per drawdown. I need to memorize 4 figures only. You understand? If I know these 4 figures, I put everything at the same level. And I start comparing the pineapples with the apples with the mangoes, and the mangoes with the avocados. This account made 100%. I don't care what it made. I put the risk levels at the same level. So because it risked 900 euros on a trade, which is 20%, I say the maximum you could risk is 2%. I divide by 10, everything. So I made 100%. In reality, I made only a 10%. And now you can start comparing traders. Whether manual, automated, investment funds. You can take whichever fund. The bank comes with a brochure. I love these brochures. And our value at risk is nothing. How many people have money in investment funds? Pension funds. Well, you better study the brochures. What are the risk levels? You need to watch them and put them on the safety nets. Are you investing in whatever, emerging economies, whatever? What's the percentage of loss in the worst case in the history? You need to watch these things. And once you watch them, you compare, and suddenly it's like you took the blue pill of the matrix. It doesn't look good every time. It was ugly, right? No? You saw Matrix?
Yeah.
Once you took the blue pill?
Yeah.
It was not a beautiful world. But it was the real world. So you better watch it. So I'm inviting you to take the blue pill with me. Divide by 10 the account, you understand? Because the risk level was too high. It cannot be 20% per trade. If this trader would be trading normally, conservatively, it would be 2%, so 100% would be 10%. Yes? Now we watch what a student did, a group of students actually. And we have a break now. We cut with this. We have another real account. And later I will explain you the downside of this account and the upside of this account. You can watch it at home. There's the nick. It's open. Okay, it's audited. They put a 5 grand account, right? And they withdrew 8 grand, which is at 60%. Yes? In 6 months. That's 10% per month. Right? You're already buying into this, right? Yes. It's difficult to change how we are wired. Is it good or is it bad? I don't know. I need to watch the risk levels. I need to go down to the report. People, wow, so great, these students. Yeah, great. They paid almost the tuition. After the course. Not everybody does this. Okay? But they are risking how much per trade? On average. 16 euros. On a 5 grand account, what is the percentage?
1.5.
Much less, 0.8%, because it's 5,000. They're risking on average 0.8%. Yes? Question is, how much the risk in total? The worst trade, how much was it? 100 euros on a 5,000 euros account. How much percentage is this? 100 out of 5,000, how much percentage?
2.75.
2%, exactly. Maximal 2, average 0.8 on a real account with 1,700 trades, with 3,000 pips earned, making a 10% per month. Nearly 10%. Wow, yeah, by 1%. Okay, but it's very good. They have 11 players, they're doing things right.
And these were the students who were actually doing it with the
Yeah.
EA?
Yes.
Yeah, not physical.
No. The other one was also EA, it's
Yeah.
mine. Both of them. So the point here is, you take now your break, you consider the offer, right, that you want to learn more on Tuesday. You talk with Ross, you talk with Pete, I don't see Paulo. Yeah, and if you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, do it. But you need to learn about risk. You need to learn about risk. I hope you really understood more now, because we'll be talking about this more now. Question?
Why is it a good trade when it took them 6 months?
What?
Why is it a good trade when it took them 6 months?
Why is it a good trade?
Yeah. when it
10% in a real account?
took- And it took them 6 months.
Yes.
To make 3,000.
To make 60%. They made 3,000 out of 5,000 euros investment.
Don't you think the risk would have been a little bit more?
Then you violate safety nets, and I will see you downstairs with Coyote. And we'll have a conversation there. I know you are young, and I know you are full of adrenaline. I've been there. You remember this conversation.
Excuse me.
Okay.
One more question. Is that the reason why some of the banks, the traders have brought the banks down because they don't have any of the safety nets? Like
It's a
banks-
very good question. It's answered in the book by James Rickards, which is called Currency Wars. This guy was working for the CIA. It's a great read, this guy. Repeat the question aloud, sir.
I was saying that is that the reason why some of these traders have brought down the banks, like for example, Bearing.
Do you want, what's your name? Ben, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke before. Do you know what is the worst? We're still at the same risk levels. We didn't change a dot from 2008. The regulator didn't change a dot. We are at the same point. You know what? We are further down, and the law of gravity is still in action.
So it's happening again.
But read this and read the other one. When it happens the next time, the second book is The Death of Money. You better prepare. You better put your safety nets in life. You better prepare. I'm not a catastrophist, but you better have gold, silver, water, and I don't want to name the other things. You better prepare, because nothing has changed exactly because of this. And they use something which is just a fairy tale with the value at risk. They calculate risk in a very phony way. I'm not saying that. He's a hedge fund manager. He, in the first chapter, it's an incredible read because they called him from the Pentagon to make a war game. Did you watch Kubrick's movie? You remember? In the Dr. Strangelove. Yeah? And you remember that movie, right? In the war game room. Well, this guy was there. He was organizing this war game, I don't know in which year, and they were playing. He was playing the Russians, the Chinese, and they were making a game to bankrupt America. And they won in this game. It was done in the Pentagon in order to protect, you know, they're crazy about security and all this stuff, right? You know that, right? So they made this working, and that's the beginning chapter. He was the organizer. They called him from the Pentagon and said, we need to make a war game because we think the next attack is not gonna be with chemical weapons, whatever, it's gonna be financial. And exactly what was written in the book, Russia buying gold, last month, the reserves of Russia went up. You know, this is this book, 2006, 2007. I don't know when the book is very old. If you want to understand Forex, you need to understand it's about geopolitics. If you want to understand what is really the Forex market, it's a war between China, Russia, the States, Europe. It's a war with blood. Not that I like it, that's the reality of it. And he talks about this in the last chapter. And the scary part is, nothing has changed.
I never change, will never change.
Well,
It's the way to control the people.
it's great, but you know what? If there is less and less middle class, something may happen at some point. I'm not advocating any ideology. Okay? No, I don't. I'm not. Absolutely not. Not my
You see,
game.
as a trader like I trade, it doesn't make any difference because you make money both ways.
Exactly.
So if the market drops tomorrow, if I'm short, I'm still making money. So it makes no difference
Yeah.
what actually happens.
Up to a
in the
certain
world.
point. Up to a certain point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about the humanity?
Up to, because if there is a systemic crisis, then you hit the safety net number 3. I just to close this argument, which is interesting, and I always like to speak about macroeconomics because that's the second degree I did in Germany. I studied economics and politics, right, in Tübingen, in south of Germany, and I love economics and politics. And I think you should know a little bit about economics, macroeconomics to understand a bit about trading. And I think you should read this book. It's a very fun read. You should buy it on Amazon. It's very tough. It's like a movie story. When they go, the clearance, he speaks with the other guy. Okay, you were JP Morgan in Moscow, you created JP Morgan in Moscow. You're gonna be now the Russian team. We're gonna make a coalition. We're gonna spy gold, and then we're gonna dump the dollar treasury, the T-bonds and stuff, and we're gonna crash the dollar. All this thing you're watching about Ukraine, whatever, it's only the forefront. Okay, the back end is what matters. But to make the story short, apply this to your life. What could be your 3 safety nets? Everybody here has a different age, has a different money position, has different possibilities. But you should have your safety nets in place for your life. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there is a book, it's called The Black Swan, by the Black Swan. Yes, by Nassim Taleb. It's a very difficult read. I wouldn't recommend it to read to everybody. But this can happen tomorrow. Tomorrow you can have a problem. Tomorrow can be an economic collapse. You better be ready. Better be ready. Have your safety nets. Not everybody can have whatever. But, you know, I myself bought gold in a very bad moment. Physical. I have it physical. I don't have it in the banking system. I have silver coins. I have water. Quite unlimited water.
How much water stock do you have?
It's not the water, it's a mine, water mine. Whatever, doesn't matter. But maybe, you know, just because I brought the safety nets to the last consequence. You understand? Maybe nothing will happen. But it's better to have, and not only one, have some cash, have some securities, have some real estate. Do you understand what I mean? Think what are the safety nets for you. It's not only about trading. Trading is one aspect only. What? Sorry?
Don't put 2 eggs in the same basket.
Yeah, 4 safety nets. 4. Same thing. Think about it. Think with your family. Right? You have different ages, different philosophies, but you should apply it to your life. Okay, that's it for now. 20 minutes. You're welcome.
Audio Jungle.